My name is Jonah Sigler, and I am originally from Dallas, Texas, but I now reside in Austin, Texas. So right now, I'm about to release my EP, which is my second EP. It's called Turn It On, and it's a fun 3 little song EP that I think you guys will enjoy. I think what I released in the past is more of a version of me that was very subsided and was reserved off from people, and I think this is kind of letting people see that there is more than meets the eye with me. Whether it's like you're closer to me or you're farther away, you kind of get that sense of enjoyment and funniness, I guess. I hope people take out of it the ability that I have to mix old R&B and new R&B while still staying true to my own sound. I think that was one thing when I first started that I was very worried about, was that I would morph into somebody else that I liked, not my own person. And I think as time has come along, you're starting to see more of who Jonah is by just Jonah, not somebody else. I'd say my favorite song would it's gonna be probably Tonight, just because I feel like the process of making that song was very fun. I had friends in the studio, and the song started off as a completely different song, and then we scrapped it, and then we wrote something else, and I think it's cool. I think people are gonna like All My Shit the most, just because it's the most, I wouldn't say unhinged, but the most like let loose, I will say you'll hear me ever be for right now. But I think it's also just nice because you get to hear what accomplishments I've made this year and kind of get to see what Jonah's like. I think it's really funny. Like, I think a lot of people don't really get to see the behind the scenes of studio time, but I think it's really fun bringing in friends, because when we recorded All My Shit, it was very funny because a lot of people that were in the studio, it was a lot of people won't think this at first, but All My Shit was a one-time pass. It was something we just did one time. He was like, just do whatever you feel like. And I remember I was like, I don't need friends, I don't need people. I've accomplished enough this year. And I just like sang this whole long pass of a 3-minute song. And then I remember I didn't want to use it. And I remember it was like Jeremiah, Donnie, Ariana was there. A lot of people were there, and they all were all like, oh, you gotta use it. And I was like, no, I'm not using that, because I don't want to be looked at that way. But I think after it played out, I kind of saw the vision of like, maybe this is what people need to hear from you, like something different, so they can relate or kind of see something different too. People don't mean you well, people don't expect you to do well, and when you are doing well, they don't like that, and they don't want to see you succeed. So I think now this is me taking back my power into my own hands and showing people that I can do exactly what I want to, when I want to. Ooh, okay, I'd probably say the second verse of All My Shit. It starts off and it's like, it says, it's cool how they hate me so much. It's fine how I walk it so tough. And then it says, I care less about opinions or lames, always watching me like I found new fame. Because it's like, people will really watch you to see, like, if you're doing good, they're like, oh, he's doing good, we don't like that. So I was like, okay, you'll watch me either way if I'm doing good or bad. So like, at the end of the day, I'm winning, because I might as well have fame that I've never had before if you're constantly in my view list. So I think that was just kind of a shot to throw at people to kind of make people self-reflect about how they act. So.